So let's develop the data elements that I will use at the first task form. Let's just write the username. Let's start with the username. It will be string, and at the first form maybe user ID. It will be string as well, and user email address. Form date maybe, which will be date format, and then form number, and I will make it numeric. And I'm gonna use my calculate tool in order to set these data elements by using functions in eFlow. And I drag and drop this calculate tool, and I will start to setting with username. And I will first select username, go to my functions, and I will choose initiator function in order to set the user name. I just copy and paste this calculate tool, and this time I will just set the user ID, and I will select user ID. Then I will go to my functions, and I have here initiator ID function. I'm gonna use that function in order to set the user ID, and I then copy and paste this calculate tool, and this time I will just set the email address, set email, let's say, and let's first let's choose the calculate data element user email address, and then I have a function for that as well. It is get user email, and the user ID will be the user ID that I will calculate at the process. Okay, that's fine. I set the email, and then what do I have? I have the form date. I copy and paste this, and I set the form date, and I select form date, and I go to my functions. I have here now functions which will set the date for the day that the initiator, the user, starts this process, and I copy and paste this calculate tool, and then I will just set the form number, and the form number, I have another function for that, instance ID. I will set the form date with this function, and now the data elements will be set. But at the first step, I want to just put a radio button. So I want the user choose the type of leave, let's say, and I will make it the type of leave radio button, and the choices will be, let's say, daily leave urgent only for 1 day, or annual leave. Okay, so the user will have three choices, either two choices, sorry, daily leave or annual leave. And I will now get my task form, and at the task form I want to show, let's say, at the first task form the username, but it will be read only, the user ID, form number, and form date. I made all of these read-only because all the data elements will be set by the functions that I use, and I will make the user select type of leave, and it will be mandatory. All right, first part of the task form seems ready, but I want to give the option to cancel this process to the user if he started or she by mistake. Okay, cancel at this step. But there was a mandatory field, so I will say inherit mandatory field because type of leave is mandatory. All right, that's fine. But the task form, maybe we can leave. We can say first for the first task form, the description type of annual leave, and the disclosure, the warning will be please select your type of leave, and I block test notification emails, and I save this process. Once I save it, it's with the red flag. In order to activate, I activate this process and I go to eFlow in order to see how it will look like the first step of the process. You see here, leave request form. I run the process, and yeah, here is the disclosure. Type of annual leave, Harun admin, user ID, form number, all set automatically, form date, daily leave or annual leave. Okay, first part is fine. I have only cancel button, so I just cancel the process at this step, and I will continue to run my to design my process.